First of all, Kathy Glass will come and talk to us about faith. Immediately following that, Dr. Donna Campbell will talk about hope. And then Rob Roark will talk about charity or love. And then Jim, you get ready to come on. Jim Stutzman will make the pledge, faith, hope, and love. These three will last forever. Come on.
Hi, I'm Kathy Glass. I was glad to join in the applause for our veterans and our National Guard and our firefighters and policemen, but I heard an omission on a very important part of our Texas forces that are defending our liberties, and that's the Texas State Guard. Do we have any of the State Guard out here? Have you been in the State Guard? Are you will be in the State Guard? Well, let me tell you a little bit about them. It is a very important organization that's not been underappreciated. But that State Guard has important missions in securing our border, in doing disaster relief, in being a defensive force that a sovereign state needs. And I propose that we get them up to speed, we equip them, we train them, we give them a mission, and we put them down on the border to defend our sovereignty and our property rights. And that's what we need to do with the State Guard. I'm Kathy Glass, like I said, but Kathy Youngblood Glass. And let me tell you a little bit about the Youngblood. I was born in Beaufort, Georgia, and I was the first person in my family to go to college, work my way through college and law school, and then on 7/7 of 77, I came to Texas. I've been a proud Texan ever since. Now, there was one thing that happened, I can't say in my life because it was before I was born, and that was when my uncle, Claude Youngblood, was a medic with the 82nd Airborne, parachuted in the Normandy invasion, and they told him before he jumped out of that plane that they would have tremendous casualties, 80% or more. Well, he beat the odds. He lived and fought for 6 days, and then he died. Now that's always had an impact on me. It's hard to explain why somebody who died before you were born has influenced your life so much. But every time I had some challenge or something that seemed hard, I just slapped myself. I said, well, what about Claude jumping out of that airplane? Wasn't that hard? And you put things in perspective. And it says, you know, the things we think are a challenge or hard or difficult really don't seem that much when you know somebody you know and somebody that you grow up with, and you see the effect that their death had on you, on the family for 60 years. Then you know you can put things in a better perspective. But it's for people like my Uncle Claude that I'm doing what I'm doing, to keep faith with our honored dead, the people who died and put it all on the line so that we could have this country. We can't let it slip away, not on my watch. Now, we're not keeping faith with our honored dead in two significant ways. We're losing our sovereignty. We're not resisting these unconstitutional federal acts that are destroying our Constitution, our freedoms, our country. We should do that. We should fight against these things. And we're not securing our border. We're not defending ourselves. We're not maintaining our sovereignty. And that's what my Uncle Claude fought for. He fought for freedom. He fought for America. He fought for our Constitution. He fought for our sovereignty. And we can't let that slip away. I refuse to let that slip away. previous speaker talked about choices. We need a choice. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. The lesser of two evils is still evil. And we cannot allow our country or our leaders or the politicians put us into a bind where we only have two unsatisfactory choices and we're supposed to be satisfied with that. We own this country and we should make our own choices about who leads us. I've said that there's 4 stages of a movement, whether it's a Tea Party movement or 9/12 movement or any movement. And you have, identification of a problem, education of the problem, networking, organization. But at some point, you've got to get around to acting.
Right.
You have to put your thoughts and the time for debate is over. The time for talk is over.
Right.
We have to act. We have to unite and join together and make some action that says, we can't solve this thing overnight necessarily, but just because you can't fix everything doesn't mean you can't fix something. And every single person has a responsibility to keep faith with our dad, to do whatever you can do, what's in your power to do. Whether it's whatever. Everyone has talents. We can't all run for political office. We can't all we can all sing, but we can do something. And I want to say that it's time for us to find out what that something is that you can do that can make a difference, and get out there and start doing it. Because I don't think we have a lot of time. We've got a lot of work to do to turn this country around, and not a lot of time. Winston Churchill once said that there are 4 stages in a fight for the right. The first stage is when you can easily win and it won't cost you too much. Well, we let that one go by, didn't we? We did not keep faith.
Right.
We did not act to preserve our freedoms when it would have been an easy thing to do. The second stage is when, it'll cost you, but you're likely to win. The third stage is when it will cost you a lot, and victory is not certain. But the fourth stage is when it will cost you everything you have, and you're going to lose. But you'd rather go down fighting than live as a slave. I don't like the sound of that last one, but I think we're probably somewhere between the second and third stage. Like I said, got a lot of work to do, got a lot of ground to cover, not a lot of time to do it, but we have to do it to keep faith with our dead and the people who built this country and left us America that we want to have to pass on to our children. We have a lot of work to do, but I say, let's get started.